What's going on, everybody? My name is Zalán, Tóth, and today we are talking about what I messed up again. So about 4 months ago I uploaded a video about taking photos with film camera, and that was my first time using that camera. And as I said in that video, it's 40 years old, so I wasn't sure if it's going to work as it should. Last time I forgot to change the battery and the shutter didn't open only halfway. The shutter didn't open properly. The second picture is still because the shutter didn't open. The third bad picture is bad because the shutter didn't open properly. And I also didn't change the aperture from f1.8 for a good bokeh. The viewfinder has an exposure meter that makes my job even easier as it helps me adjust the aperture. Nonetheless, I successfully took over or underexposed images because I set the aperture really big to 1.8 for a good bokeh. Well, not always, but most of the time it was on f1.8, and the camera didn't do shorter exposures in that lighting situations. So these are the things that screwed up my last time analog shooting. This time I changed the battery and I bought a ISO 100 black and white film roll, and I paid a lot of attention on not max out the shutter speed with f1.8. Now the picture became good actually, except one thing. I didn't have a look at on the film roll before I bought it, if it is an old photo looking film. Well, this was the first thing that we could think of why the photos look like they have been shooted 100 years ago. Then we talked with our relative who knows almost everything about this type of photography, and he told us that at the development they possibly didn't care about the temperature of the developer, and that can cause this type of looking on my photos. But after I had a look at on this film roll and on the photos that people took with it, and almost every photo looks like a 100 years old photo, and now I kinda like that looking. In some pictures nobody could tell that it's a week old photo. Here we are at the first picture, and that picture was taken at River Raba with the telephoto lens, and that lens actually doesn't have that much contrast that it should have, so it made this photo a bit poor of contrast. In this photo there's a modern building that destroys this 100 years old photo effect, and in this photo you can see details on the sky and in the shadows at the trees or at the house, even if it has large film grain. And moving on to the next photo, still at River Raba, and this is the photo where nobody would tell that it's from 2020 because of the house and the giant film grain. There are still details in the shadows and almost everywhere, but this photo is poor in contrast again. Now a messed up photo where actually I don't know what happened. This is not the shutter's fault because half of the picture is bright and not dark, and last time when the shutter didn't open it was dark, so something happened at the development. In the next photo there is a car that makes this picture look modern, and this photo looks great for me, and that's all I can say about it. I messed up the following photo because I chose a small aperture and the camera made a longer exposure, and I couldn't hold the camera in one place, but this photo is bad at composition, so I don't mind. And there is another car photo, but I prefer this one because it just looks better, and there are a lot of details in the photo, even at the trees back there, and I like how the mirror reflects the square's other side. So at the next photo, again nobody would tell that this photo was taken in 2020, but I like how it looks, how the patterns on the window are seeable. In the following photo there is a wooden wall, I think, but it looks modern, and I like how clear is it. There are more photos, but I think it would be boring if I show you all of the 36 photos, and if you want to see those photos, I will upload few of them to my Instagram page, link in the description, and if I find a sharp film roll, I will put the link in the description as well, and for the film roll that I used this time. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and see you guys in the next video.